Okay, I'm gonna queue up a game on my main account and we're gonna try to start everything right here, right now. So I'm at 55 LP. I've got a long way to go. The next goal, which will be just to make it back to Grandmaster by the end of the season, like I ended last season, is at 509 LP, which is well within what I'm capable of hitting since I hit 665 LP earlier this year, and I've hit 500 LP like let's go back to monthly here. I hit Challenger right at the beginning of the season, which was more than that. I hit GM, once after decaying here, and then I nearly hit GM again. I got back to 400 like literally a week or two ago before losing it all again. So now we're back at the bottom of Masters, and I have a lot of work to do. I expanded my champion pool quite a bit this season, which I'm kind of proud of and happy with, and I think it'll serve me well if I want to play on a team or something in the future competitively next year. But obviously, I think it took a hit to my ability to climb because I would have been a lot better off for solo queue, just like sticking to two champions like Braum and Leona, or like um, just playing Braum or something like that. So that might have been better in the short term. But in the long run, for me at this level, not really important to do that anymore. So, like these dips here were essentially I got to Challenger, this was Decay. Well, I did demote out of Challenger naturally, but I demoted out of Challenger after I'd gotten for the first time, went down maybe 100, 200 LP, but then the vast majority of this was Decay. We were on vacation for a month, and I went down from like 400 to 0 LP from the Decay. Then I bounced back to 500, barely hit GM, and then this is when I joined a team as a sub and started working on my champion pool. And then I went down from 500 back down to Master 0 LP again. And now I had gone back to 400 LP, just playing Braum to try to get my rank back up for the end of the season. And then, unfortunately, after getting back up to 400 here, I've now dropped back down to 55. A little bit of learning champions in here, like I played a game on Rel, I played like 6 games of Nico, 3 games of Sona. I did go 3 and 7 or something like that on Nico and Sona this season, but I don't think that it's like all because of that. I think that I lost a lot of LP. I mean, you can just do the math, right? Like I lost like 5 more games than I lost on those champions, so that cost me like 100 LP. But the rest of it was me just like losing games and doing bad on Braum as well. I mean, we'll probably go back here and see that. So that's just where we're at right now. Yeah, 9 and 21. I actually have a terrible win rate overall, and even worse on Braum than I do on Nico and Sona. I mean, this is just on this last 40 games has just been really rough. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, I have 60% KP. My KD is a little bit lower than normal at 2.3, but not that terrible. And, slapped with the 30% win rate on 40 games. So that really sucks. Obviously, if we go back, does this losing streak really extend to 60 games? I wouldn't say so, because now we're much more even. So I think this last 20 games was like neutral to positive rather than super negative. Yeah, it looks pretty even. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. There's 2 months left in the season. It's about to be October. So if you don't know, the season is going to end sometime beginning of January. Usually, I mean, we could probably look it up and get a better answer, but usually like January 7th through like the 11th or something like that, depending on the year, is about when they end the season. It's a little bit different this year actually because there's no preseason anymore. So actually, season used to end November 7th through November 11th, depending on the day kind of fluctuated some years to the other, but around that time. And I think it ended January 8th or January 9th last year. So it'll be right around there as well this year, I would assume. But I guess we don't know. We're in new territory here with no preseason. Um, so that's kind of the deal. So a little bit more than 2 months, and I've got to climb hopefully back to Challenger, which is 850 LP, and GM is 509. I just really don't want to end Masters after finally making it out of Masters and ending. I've been GM many, many times. I ended GM last season, and I've hit Challenger for the first time this season. So to be, anything other than honestly, even anything other than finishing in Challenger will be kind of depressing. But I could at least be happy with ending GM, especially if I like end higher LP than I was last split. You know, if I end GM 500 LP, GM cutoff's 509, so I can't end GM 400 LP like last split. The reason why it was so low last split for the cutoff was because there were 3 resets last year, so it was more like a 3-month long season, so the LP didn't get as high. So you can see we're in like Diamond Master games right now, kind of the bottom of Masters. So that's kind of what's going on with that. So we got a lot of work to do. I don't know what there is to say other than that. We're going to be focusing up. I'm going to be trying to like think aloud about what I'm doing. A lot of people have told me, and I think it's quite helpful for working on your communication too. A lot of people have told me that, you know, one really good way to play solo queue is just to like talk out loud about what you're thinking about and doing, so that you constantly have that stream of consciousness while you're playing. So you're actively making decisions instead of doing nothing. Even though like talking might seem distracting, at least I'm like, it's a lot better in some moments than like not thinking about anything. Right here, like we're okay level 1, but so are they, and so I'm a little bit nervous to face check a Pike, so I might just chill here level 1 instead of doing anything crazy. Big thing that I'm thinking about right now in terms of like league philosophies is I had a couple of like Discord calls with disgruntled teammates after some of these games on the way down. And you know, some were worth taking. And the ones that I took that were worth taking were with like pretty decent two different pretty decent AD carry players. And basically the problem was is that I had been playing way too passively, way too scared, and like expecting my AD carry to play situations bad, so I wasn't getting anything done in my games, and I wasn't getting the opportunity to express my skill as a player and on my champion in order to influence games and win games. And when I did have the opportunity to get good AD carries, I wasn't like, I was playing so safe, especially in the beginning, that I wasn't taking advantage of the fact that I had a good AD carry for once, and it was like disappointing and frustrating for them to play when I was playing so passively, and it was like, it's frustrating for me because I feel misunderstood when like, okay, randomly I get like a 900 LP Challenger AD carry in my game, but like I'm used to playing right now with like 100 LP, like absolutely, you know, like this type of AD carry or something like that, right? What in the shenanigans? So I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy's dead. So I'm, oh, the wave is pushing away from us. Well, maybe not. Maybe we were okay here. I can wait a second for an item. Yeah, so I'm just like trying to change up my philosophy and have a little bit more faith in my AD carries. Because even for like a low master player, if it's the right play, like that's the feedback I was getting, is like I'm underestimating my teammates too much right now, and it's actually causing me to play very passively and not get enough done. And then the other thing that I was having happen was I watched a video of I Will Dominate reacting to a video about like Dopa being the best solo queue player in the world, or like potentially the best league player in the world. And one of the, I mean, obviously not, there's Faker and blah, 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 but best solo queue player in the world for sure, in my opinion, right? But one thing that really stood out is that Dopa had said that when he plays, he doesn't play around his teammates like making mistakes or anything like that. He just wants to train himself to be the best player possible and always do the right decision. Because if you train to do the wrong decision, you'll be like a worse player, and then you won't climb as much in the long run. So in the short run, you know, maybe you managed to win one game because you predicted that your teammates would troll, but in the long run, you're training yourself to be a much worse player as a result of that. So, like, what I'm trying to think about in terms of my philosophy is I had the opposite philosophy of that. I was like telling people like in YouTube videos and stuff like that that they really need to like play around their teammates, and if you're in like low elo, like one of the reasons why you might be stuck is you might be trying to play the game too properly instead of playing the game in the way that's going to actually best work in the situation. Like you're not accepting reality of the situation that you're playing in and then playing around it, or playing according to it or whatever. But maybe I was wrong, because it's, you know, it's Dopa, and I Will Dominate agreed with him, which surprised me. So I'm thinking like, dang, maybe they, I mean, these players are both better than me, even though I've hit Challenger, so maybe they're just right. Or like, maybe there's merit to what both of us are saying, and like, different things can happen. Like, for example, maybe I win games that they would lose because I'm playing around my teammates more, and they win games that I would lose because they're just training to make the correct decisions all the time. So I'm like inconsistent and throwing games out of bad habit and stuff like that, whereas they would never do that. So I've been thinking about that philosophy, and I just want to try it for a little bit and see what happens, because I'm at a low here, right? I need to make things work well, and I'm just thinking like, you know, let's give it a go. Let's see if I just like try to, you know, kind of send it the best that I know how to play, and see what happens. I think it's working pretty well. So that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I think that my AD carry is doing fine. He's not like the best, he's not playing it perfectly, but this is like totally workable, and like even if he plays at the level he's playing at, we'll stomp lane. Like their bot lane's 1 and 5, they're getting killed over and over again constantly. I'm pretty sure that if we just play at this level, like we just stomp lane and it's fine. Yep. Maybe I'm just holding myself back as a player by playing too safe. Kind of forget that I'm like the best Braum player on the server or something like that. I'm like the only Braum one trick who's able to make it to Challenger right now in NA. Maybe I should remember that. We should be diving this. Sorry, it was kind of... I messed up here. It's kind of hard to hear what I said, I think, because of the game noise. I said we should dive that. It was my bad that I was trying to, like, instinctually recall there. I think we should have taken that kill for free. Now, this is just dumb, though. I shouldn't be staying here. But I feel like Pyke's gonna kill himself. Yeah, he's killing himself. That's cool. An enemy has been slain. Kind of a tough question if this play is already just over and I should just go back bot. I think this is already over. Yeah, this is fine. We have, oh my god, he's low too.
down.
Shoot, I kind of misplayed that. I think if I had been more patient with my ult, I would have killed them there. It's all good though. We've got a nice lead going on. Looks like Fizz is going top, so I'll go top here because it looks like it's where the play is. Fizz might be in trouble here because they have 3 people up there. Jarvan's starting a fight mid at the same time. Nice. Okay, cool. What do we want this on? Probably Lucian. He's not maybe the most fed or strongest player on our team right now, but we'll be playing around each other a lot because of passive and stuff still. Shoot. Oh. I played that fine as far as keeping myself safe, but I missed like both Qs. My first one I threw out too early, the second one I just whiffed. I think that could be better too. Well, I mean, Callista just flashes my ult. Maybe I should have just held it. That's not good. I didn't see Mel coming in from the side at all. I was tunnel visioned on the play. I was too focused on watching Jarvan over here, but he was just dead for sure, so I should have been watching myself. Still a good game though. Great first game. The other thing that's really cool is I'm kind of testing like my recording software here with OBS while I'm in a game. Usually I've had like a really tough time like recording a game at high quality while I'm playing in terms of my FPS, and I feel like it's been totally fine. I changed a bunch of settings. I actually had ChatGPT tell me what settings to use for OBS, and it's helped a lot.
An enemy has been slain.
It's crazy. This is kind of dangerous. They're all off of the map. I can get behind Lucian not wanting to walk up for that. Play is top here and we're just not even panning over there. They couldn't have taken a worse fight angle if they tried. Huh. That didn't end up being that good. I guess Cho'Gath was low. I got chunked at the beginning. We lost vision there on the bush for a second. That wasn't ideal.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
What are we thinking about here? I mean, we got Rift. I'd like to take tier 2 mid. We got a pick. We're looking at trying to get Fizz out here, make sure he's fine. And then we got Dragon in 2 minutes as well, so we're like, I mean, that's a little bit early, but we can even start prepping for Dragon and stuff as well. Again, it's going to be impossible to take here because there's just too many people missing. So we'll just swing top again. This is like the same thing we just did. We're just swinging top again when it looks like, okay, we don't have enough information on taking the mid turret. Cho'Gath didn't have ult.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I gotta be careful with this because I actually don't have any wards. This was warded. Nice, I kind of stopped him, sort of. Oh god. Play is cooked. A nice flash for me. Sort of like half stopped him. He like got over the wall, but I stopped him after he got out of the wall. Guess it was a good angle, but a little bit late actually, because it catches him on both before and after. We get the mid turret, we get the bot tier 2 turret, we get the 1-for-1. I think Jarvan went a little bit deep. It was almost a bait that the second part of my ult hit him. I gotta get reset and get wards and stuff here for Drake now. We're actually a little bit late on the map as far as Drake goes. It'd be nice to be out here like much earlier than this. So we just ward for Dragon. It's more about stopping them from getting soul too. I think we'll end the game before we get soul or anything like that, but we don't want to give them that as a win con. I'm really worried about Cho'Gath because he's like their only play. Right, we take Dragon, they go for Cho. But he seems to be playing it well right now, so we're just gonna come up to him and make sure that he's safe. Now we can play aggressively with Cho here because all of us are here. So on Braum, if you E, you can block Karthus ult, but only if you're facing the direction that Karthus is in, like his dead body is in. Oh shoot. And so, I don't actually think I can kill this guy because he has ult up now. Maybe if I catch him recalling sloppily. I think he's just gone. I think I shouldn't have tried to do that to Bike there. That was kind of risky. This is old. I'm just gonna recall. Do we need anti-heal against their team? No. So like in that case, Karthus died like right up here, so if I E this direction, boom, we get to block the Karthus ult. My E came up with like 1 second left to do that too. I kind of fumbled because I didn't move my locket to the right key. Kind of confused about that. I think I need to look at my item set because I think locket should automatically go to the right key. But, oh, Cho'Gath got caught. That's okay though, because you can't do Otacon even 5v4. The objective is so crazy. What my team's doing though is not how we want to play this, but it's fine. I don't think they're dying. We basically want to let them start it here, and they'll get shredded, the resistances, and then we can fight them. Especially when we're far ahead like this. Yeah, I don't even think they're going to start it. I should have left a ward on this here, even if they see me place it. So that they know they can play maybe more aggressively over there on the other side. We might have been able to fight that. It's fine though. So Otacon's really an interesting objective. It's really scary because it's like most objectives in League, like Dragons, Barons, whatever, like you start it and then you force the enemy team to run into you and then you get to team fight them. But with Otacon and Baron, they shred your resistances, and so it's an Otacon even more so than a Baron. So they're gonna get wiped here. That's not as good as I would have hoped. They did get wiped, but we lost Otacon, so that's actually not great. But it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it's just kind of really bait, because Otacon oftentimes like just results in your whole team dying if you start it. So you really need to have like be able to sneak it because they don't have vision and they have multiple people on the wrong side of the map. Or you need to be able to like kill like 2 or 3 people minimum on the enemy team, preferably more, and then do it. So you shouldn't actually like go to Otacon and then like start it in order to get the fight, and then you finish it when 2 or 3 people are dead. It's like you need to get the pick onto 2 or 3 people first, and then you can go Otacon. Oftentimes that means like fighting over a dragon first, and then you get to get Otacon plus the dragon. Can we save this guy? I think he's just dead. Oh, I had redemption. Too slow on the redemption. Interesting flash from the Fizz. He flashed right over the wall into Pike. Dang, Pike actually stole the rift, but they don't get to pick it up, so it's fine. Guess they have. I'm looking at like anti-heal versus going Mikhail's. Well, there's not much to Mikhail's either. They have like Pike E and Mel. I think it's her E, the root. That's it. So neither of these items are good. I guess Rookern is better here, but it takes so long to complete it, I'd rather go a support item. Maybe it's a Zeke's game? rare 1 in 1000 Zeke's game. Well, we took it. Oh! That is not good. It was really bad. I should not have walked in there. Our whole team was signaling to recall and back off. I should have done that. Shoot. I think this guy predicted my flash, but his ult timing was just off too. Another sloppy recall there too. Just bad. And we didn't even need to build an item. We can just sit on Kindle Gem and get Elixir of Iron until the game's over once or twice. Because we're close enough to the end of the game. I'm not getting enough value out of these items. I should be. This is a great game for Redemption Locket. I'm just not using them a lot of.
Triple kill. An ally has been slain.
Cho'Gath Penta. Oh no, he got killed. I didn't even E. Oh, I should have E'd. He might have pented. Maybe I'm trolling the whole time. I'm just stuck in low masters because of my mental. Oh my. 7 seconds. 1 second on Pike. I don't think we can end. Oh my god, we're gonna try it anyways though. Nexus! Hit the Nexus! Okay, we did it. That was a really good first game to start the journey back up. I made a lot of mistakes. And that's kind of the crazy thing is like, look at how bad Low Masters is that I can make a bunch of bad mistakes and bad fights and stuff like that. Like things aren't perfect or super clean. And yet I still look like a god. And my score line is clean because of like how easy the laning phase and all this stuff is. It's like, it's crazy. I think that there was a lot of misplays around like, dang, I can't honor more people. That's about right though. There's a lot of, what is going on in the chat? I missed all this because I turned my chat off too, which I think is going to be another helpful thing. I enjoyed my chat on when I was getting higher up because I liked meeting the people that we were playing with and it feeling like more of a social game than like solo climbing. But when you got to put your, what is it, your nose to the grindstone, that can't be right. When you got to, lock in, chat needs to be off because these people are complete degenerates. I don't know. So what is going on? I don't know why you can never just say, my bad, Fizz. You literally walked in by yourself and died and then flamed me. You're just a weird person. No bother, lol. I don't know. I think that the 1v9, like, just do whatever the right decision is mentality worked really well that game. It worked really well. Like I could tell that that Lucian had some weaknesses as a player in lane. Like he was constantly vulnerable to Pike in a way that I felt like he shouldn't have been in lane. Um, like I think he struggled a little bit with the Pike matchup, but he was good enough that if I just execute everything well, I'll just kill them on my own or like enable him to be able to make it work. Um, it's just I need to be confident enough to execute well. And then the craziest part about it is like I think for me in particular, I'm the type of player where if I don't play every day, I get rusty. Like if I go like 2, 3 days without playing, I can be rusty at the game, like mechanically. So the issue with that is that like the moment I say, okay, even if I'm playing a couple of games a day, but if I play like my last 9 games and I'm playing scared and not playing my lane properly and aggressively at all, then what ends up happening, and I let all those mistakes go by and unpunished because I don't want to like risk it. Don't want to take that risk. What ends up happening is my mechanics get so much worse that then if I change my mentality, I actually can't execute and I'll miss a bunch of cues and I'll mess up my combo and I'll waste mana. I'll go in when I shouldn't. And it's like, it then becomes self-perpetuating because not only am I worried that my AD carry is not going to be able to make the play work even though it should, I'm not able to make the play work because I'm not as good mechanically as I should be or could be. And so when you play like that, it gets even worse. And then at that point, we're just like, no wonder we're low masters because we're just playing like I'm playing like a low master support when I'm playing like that. And so, my AD carry is low masters, so we're just stuck in low masters. Like, it's that obvious, it's that simple. And for whatever reason, I'm just struggling with that. So, this is a big, big mindset change. And we'll see what happens next. I'll just keep the recording going. I usually go get water between games and stuff like that. So I'm going to like go to the bathroom and get water and stuff. But a great first game. And I really shouldn't tunnel vision so much on LP, but I love to. Plus, it's good for the narrative. I feel like 75 LP feels so much better than I felt when I was at like 50, 60 LP. 50, 60 LP to me felt like this is the mentality thing, and this is so bad, but like 50, 60 LP to me felt like, oh my god, how am I 3 games away from demoting for Masters? Whereas 75 LP to me feels like I'm like about 1 game off of 100 LP, and then it's 200 LP, and then to 300 LP, and then to 400 LP. So the difference in mentality in terms of where I'm at in LP is like completely different as well. Like I feel like I'm on my way back up. I think I've won my last 2 games in a row as well, although the other one was like yesterday or something like that. And I played pretty well in both. I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, I went 1-3-16. Here I went 5-1-33, dropped a light 38 KDA on him. So we're looking pretty good. And this is the thing is like we went through the math in my long rant video, but we went through the math and it's like I think to make Challenger, let me see if there's a right. Let me see. To make Challenger on my main, I need to win 60% of my games if I'm gaining plus 20, minus 20. And if I win 55%, I will be like borderline between GM and Masters. So the difference between like winning all these games really fast, it's also a number of games thing too. So right, like it's my average win rate. So if I win 60-70% of my games back to 400 LP, that's going to make a huge difference in like the amount of time I actually have to grind from like 400 LP to like 500 for GM or from like 400 to 900 for Challenger. It's going to make a huge, huge difference. Whereas if I get bogged down in the weeds in low masters for like 100 games, like my climb is just, it's not over, right? You can always accelerate after that, but it's just like the math becomes super hard. And so this is really important that I perform in these like easy games that I should be able to.